Gunhead is a recently released fast-paced strategic roguelike where you take on the role of a pirate mech pilot, looting spaceships while fighting defenses and drones alike. It's also the sequel to 2017's Cryptark, which I don't own and haven't played, so I'm definitely qualified to review this game. However, from looking at some gameplay, it's pretty evident that Cryptark is essentially a 2D side-scrolling version of Gunhead, having the same enemies, randomized objectives, and randomly generated map layouts. There's not much plot to speak of. You're contracted by a company represented by the client, this fishy looking fella. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to enter a variety of randomly generated spaceships, collect weapons and power-ups, take out defense systems, and eliminate high value targets, all while not getting blown to bits yourself. First off, I gotta say, I quite like the style of graphics, but the cel-shaded cartoony look instantly reminded me of Borderlands. Solid choice by any developer that uses them. Each of these procedurally generated ships will be crawling with a small army of robots, each coming with their own uniquely recognizable design and attack pattern. This procedural generation also serves a gameplay purpose, as they're sometimes made to be intentionally confusing or counterintuitive, as players that might not be paying attention or just don't play this type of game often are going to get lost and confused quite rapidly. The game uses the jetpack-oriented movement system to great effect, as most ships will be made up of a collection of large rooms that are a lot more vertical than other shooters have, allowing you to use the jetpacks to their full extent. There's also more than one way to tackle any level, as there's usually a bunch of airlocks scattered around the ship, meaning that you can easily dip out of a fight if you've ran into a bit more enemies than you bargained for, and re-enter through one of the other airlocks, sometimes at the entire opposite side of the ship. But these robots are not even the main threat you'll come across, as every ship is outfitted with a range of defense systems. Let me run them down for you real quick. First, you've got the core brain. This one is usually your primary objective, as it runs the whole show, and killing it will automatically complete the level. However, all of these other systems will make doing the former a lot more of a challenge. There's alarm systems, which will trigger if you damage any system the alarm is covering. Sentry systems, which control all of the onboard turrets located inside and outside of the ship. Door systems, which control the doors on a ship. Pretty self-explanatory. These can also be bypassed if you happen to have the required keycard to do so. Then there's repair systems, which fix up any previously destroyed systems if you allow them to do so. Factory systems, which construct a new robot every 5 seconds, exponentially upping the danger level of any given ship. In tandem with this, there's armor systems, which give all robots a 25% damage reduction to everything you throw at them. Nuclear systems, which will trigger a large explosion whenever you destroy any system if left unchecked. Hazard systems, which control all environmental traps like wall-mounted flamethrowers and laser beams. Then you've got shield systems, which provide a shield. Also self-explanatory. Lastly, there's the two most annoying ones, jammer systems and shuffle systems. Jammers block your view of the in-game map, meaning you won't be able to properly build a plan of attack. And shuffle systems will switch around all systems on the ship every 60 seconds, also making strategizing very difficult. The variety of systems allows for a surprisingly deep game of target prioritization and time management, as you'll need to decide which systems you have to take out and which ones you can fly right by. Core brain systems can also be replaced by high value targets. These are large robots located inside of an arena that reward you with a special upgrade or piece of gear, and they come in all shapes and sizes. You've got the Kraken, the Tyrant, the Gemini, the Python, and a few more that I haven't gotten the luck of running into yet. All of these bosses have a pretty clever name, with the Kraken being an octopus and the Python being a snake-like robot. But how are we gonna take on all these mechanical monsters? In one word, mechs. As of right now, you've got 6 to choose from. The standard Gunhead, which is a solid all-rounder choice. The Archangel, a lightweight mech with less health but infinite jetpack fuel. The Rook, a beefy mech with higher health but which has to substitute its jetpack with being able to jump 5 times in a row before having to come back down. The Genet, which completely ignores gravity. The Shinobi, which can thrust itself forward like a man-shaped rocket in order to damage anything standing in front of it. And the Tiger Snake, which can hook its shots from one robot onto another. Each mech comes pre-equipped with 2 weapons and its movement system, but you're able to increase your toolkit by collecting new weapons from drop pods inside of the enemy ships to up your total count to 4, as well as items and upgrades permanent to your active run. Weapons come in all shapes and sizes, having a range of types each with their own different uses. You've got bombs, cannons, energy, machine guns, projectors, rockets, shotguns, as well as shields and melee weapons. Each of these classes has a wide variety of versions. Fast fire rate but low damage, low fire rate but high damage, EMP rounds to disable robots temporarily, homing rounds to do the aiming for you. In short, there's something for everyone. The only ones I felt that straight up missed the mark were the laser weapons, as it sometimes seemed like they straight up didn't hit what I was shooting at. But not all of these are unlocked from the get-go. You'll have to spend your hard-earned cash by buying licenses from the upgrade terminal. From here you'll get the first copy for free, and also be able to find a lot of weapon pods on board of these ships. But how do you get big money? Well, each level has its base payout, usually just a few $1,000 as a start. But there's also 3 optional objectives. This is usually where the fat stacks are able to be acquired, but they're always going to be much harder than just shooting the brain. These can range from taking out a few systems within a set amount of time, taking out a specific system first, leaving X amount of systems unharmed, not taking more than a given amount of damage or time to complete the level, as well as not using any keycards. These objectives are the bread and butter of the game, as competently completing a majority of these will reward you with a lot of money in order to buy whichever mech suits and upgrades your heart desires. This intricate planning phase to pick which of the 3 ships you'll attempt to conquer next is what makes the game so fun and addictive to play, as the fast-paced, high-octane gameplay combined with how smooth the mid-air combat feels really makes for an experience that I've yet to find anywhere else. Between missions you get to walk around a small hub which acts as your own ship, where you can unlock new mechs and buy new licenses. There's 3 NPCs in this place, but they don't provide much personality past the tutorial, except for the engineer, who is voiced by German985. This is also the initial reason behind why I even wanted to review this game in the first place.
Feeling snug in there? Sorry about the smell. I had to clean the last pilot out with a pressure washer.
One aspect that I think this game does lack in are the impact of the guns. While they sound good, they never quite feel like they pack as much of a punch as the audio implies. RoboQuest, another roguelike I covered a bit ago on the channel, did this quite well with its robots flying all over the place, whereas in Gunhead they just kind of fall dead and disintegrate. I feel like it would work much better with some sort of explosion. Well, I think that about covers it. If you like what you heard and saw in this short little review, go ahead and pick it up as it's currently 30% off in the current Steam sale. 7 mechs out of 10. So, that'll be all. Thanks for watching to the end of another one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to see more of my stuff, as I have 259 more videos to make between now and the inevitable heat death of the universe. Follow me on Twitter and join me in the Discord. This will be the last video for the year, so I wish you all happy holidays and a good new year. I'll be back with more Dead Rising and Borderlands retrospectives shortly. I've been Xenavus. Till next time.